The Story of Noisome Mmist, Chapter 2, Part 4. Part 4. Broken Dreams. Arriving at the stand of trees, the scene feels surreal. The world is lit in the somber orange glow of the setting sun. Mmist notices smashed and broken wings laying by a large, solid-looking tree. Strangely, they seem to be made out of wood, fabric, and other odd materials. Only briefly looking at this, she follows a trail of roughed up ground further into the stand of trees. The trail ends at the now wingless slate-gray pony. He has tangled it brush laying on his side and badly injured. "Oh no!" Mmist exclaims as she bolts to his side. The sun was still setting. She was still immaterial and could not do anything to help. "Come on, sun, set! He needs help!" She frantically looked him over, making sure not to come into contact with him. What she saw was bad. He was unconscious and had some bad scrapes where the hair was gone and some lacerations on his flank. Worst of all, he appeared to be struggling to breathe. Then she saw it, the broken off end of a tree branch protruding from his chest. It went straight in at the base of his neck, where the base of his neck meets his chest. "That's what's keeping him from breathing. I must pull it out, but I can't even touch it. Come on, sun, set!" Mmist had never felt so helpless. She had thrilled watching this pony fly. He looked so strong and handsome. Now he looked as helpless and weak as Mmist felt. His struggle to breathe became weaker. He pawed the air slowly with one foreleg. The orange glow of the setting sun finally darkened. The day was ending, but not alone. Mmist felt herself firm up and become solid. She lunged for the broken branch and grabbed it in her teeth. It was a fairly stout branch, the thickness of a corn cob. She pulled, it wouldn't budge, and strangely it seemed to pulse in her teeth. Tears starting to flow, she gripped it tighter and said through clenched teeth, "You're not going yet. I just found you." She pulled harder, the pulsing of the branch stick slowly getting weaker. High above, a midnight blue alicorn searches for the strange misty pony she has been following. Following the arrow she left. Should have led her in this direction. Finally, seeing the unfolding scene below her, she raises the moon higher. The moon glow now lighting the stand of trees. She glides lower, watching with concern. Noisome Mmist pulled harder and the stick began to move. With a stubborn resistance, it reluctantly slid free. Once removed, it sickened Mmist to see its length. The pointed branch had pierced this poor pony almost the length of a foreleg, leg, hoof to knee. Mmist dropped the hateful thing in disgust. Turning back to the pony, she noticed he had stopped his struggles. He was breathing evenly now, although shakily and weakly. Mist went about clearing off the brush and branches that entangled him. Ignoring the bitter taste of bark and sap, getting to his head, she moved the final branch away. His horn was gone, broken off close to his skull. Mist felt sorry for him. He had looked so beautiful when he had been soaring in the sky. Now he lay gravely injured. She quietly speaks to him, her words breaking up with emotion. I don't know you, but that doesn't matter. I am your friend, and I'll keep you warm and watch over you through the night. Thinking of Simon, she lay by his side, pressing close to her to share her warmth with him. He felt warm and smelled of fresh hay. She gently rested her head on his shoulder, her tears falling like rain, wetting his neck and running down to the wound on his chest. Something stirred in the depths of Mist's memory. A long-forgotten and now unknown memory sparks to life. She raises her head and begins to sing. The words she could not remember ever hearing began to flow gently from her lips. With them came the feeling of familiarity and tears of heartfelt compassion. Rest, little brave one, I'll keep you secure. I'm right here by your side. A heartfelt gesture. The wind and the storm, they shall pass us right by. The morning will come when the sun fills the sky. The night time shall pass, we rest here as one, warm and secure, just a mare and her son. No pony wanders this world alone. A mother's love follows wherever you roam. So keep my words running around in your heart, and morning will come, and we will make a new start. Amazed at this sweet lullaby, and not knowing how she knew it, she began to sing it over and over again. She had no idea where it had come from, but the words felt so very familiar on her lips, and it was filling her heart with hope and compassion. She closed her eyes and sang on, the words making their own rhythm, as Mist quietly sings tears of joy of unknown remembrance slowly drip to the wounded pony. His breathing gets stronger and deeper. The lacerations on his flank close and grow new white hair. A soft blue glow appears on his head where his horn once was. The midnight blue alicorn, having landed and quietly approached this scene, watches in amazement. The strange pony that calls herself Noisome Mmist is comforting a badly injured pony that she recognizes. As she watches unseen, Mist is singing a sweet lullaby to him and crying. The alicorn's eyes widen as she sees that his horn is broken off. The spot where it was is softly glowing a light blue that matches Noisome Mmist's eyes, and a new horn is forming. Well, Noisome Mmist, I think you have misnamed yourself, she whispers to herself. You are not harming poor Tyler at all. Mist, humming the rhythm of the lullaby, eyes still closed, feels a movement from the flying pony. She opens her eyes to see he has raised his head and and is looking at her. "Who are you?" he asks, surprised. Miss, caught off guard, is at a loss for words. She stares back at him, her mouth open and heart fluttering. I I am Noisome Mmist," she stammers. She stammers out as she jumps away, up and away from him. I saw you fall, and I came to help." "Oh, yeah. It, it's oh yeah, it's coming back to me. I tried a high G and pull up into a bank turn, and a main spar in my left wing broke." "Did I crash bad?" the pony asks. Mist was instantly smitten with his voice. She had no idea what most of what he just said meant, so she just nodded her head. "Where are my wings and harness?" he asks. "Back by the tree. I'm sorry, they're all broken," Mist replies. "May I ask you a question?" She timidly asks while standing facing him at a little distance. "Sure thing, pretty filly," he says, sounding more chipper than a pony that just was almost dead a few hours ago should sound. "What's your horn for? Is it a weapon?" she asked, tilting her head a little sideways, looking at a new horn adorning his head. "Okay," he answers. First off, where are my manners? My name is Tyler. Nice to meet you, Noisome Mmist, and thank you for helping me, I guess. My horn is a source of my magic. Without it, I wouldn't be able to power my wings and be able to fly. And I have never really thought of it as a weapon, though I guess, yeah, it could be. I have had other small crashes before, but this looks like a bad one. I can't believe I didn't get hurt. Well, it looks like I'll be designing a new set of wings. I wish I could find stronger and lighter materials to make them with. Then when I push the limit, they wouldn't break." The sound of his voice becoming music to Mist's ears. He said he had magic. He was a magic pony, of course. Of course, that's how he was able to get better. He magically healed himself and grew a new horn. Her thoughts making sense to her, she listened to him, enjoying the sound of his voice. Tyler stopped and looked at Mist. She was facing him, and had her eyes closed, a dreaming expression on her face. Tyler got to his feet and shook himself off, shedding the dirt and leaves. He took a few steps toward Mist and asked, "Oh, are you okay, pretty filly?" Snapped from her daydream, Mist opens her eyes to see Tyler looking inquisitively at her. She notices the lightning sky and says, "Yes, but I must go." She did not want Tyler to see what happens to her in daylight. "Go? Go where?" he asks. "I'm going to Ponyville," she says. "Well, shoot," says Tyler. "I live there. We can travel back together. The path is just past those trees." He indicates a northerly direction with his forehoof. I can't go with you in the day. It's not safe. But I will see you again, Tyler. I promise." Mist says happily as she runs off to the north, leaving Tyler perplexed.